So by now, most of us are probably pretty familiar with the donkey rig. And if you're not familiar with it, there's other videos out there explaining it. But basically what it is, you know, fluke, Zoom Super Fluke, you tie two of them on, one, you know, further away than the other. And it looks like two little bait fish dancing around. For the last couple years, I've been thinking about this. I personally, I don't know about everyone else out there, I always have a fluke tied on a spinning rod during the summertime, especially when I'm fishing topwaters, because a lot of times if they miss a topwater bite, if you follow up with that fluke and fire it right where they missed it, you'll be able to get them on that follow-up. So it got me thinking about, I've seen a couple of, I don't even know what they're called. It's like a topwater bait, but there's another like topwater in front of it, and there's like a leader between them. So it's like basically two topwater baits that dance side by side. The front one sometimes has a hook, sometimes it doesn't have a hook. It just makes it look like two little bait fish darting around. So what I wanted to try this year, I've actually been thinking about this for a few years. And I don't know, I just always get wrapped up in the moment and I forget to try it out. I don't really want to try it. I'm not huge on trying new things, I guess you could say. So what I did was, on my topwater rod, I tied my frog on, and then underneath the frog is a fluke. So basically, it would be the frog up here working on top of the water. It's hard to get everything in camera. And then the fluke underneath it. And my line of thinking is, the fluke a lot of times, especially when they're light, if there's no weight in them and stuff, will trail most likely behind it. It's probably gonna impede the action of the frog a lot. So I actually put a snap on it so I could change out different baits and try different baits. I was gonna try it with like some bigger walking baits, try it with some bigger frogs or walking frogs. This is the 6th Sense, by the way. This is probably the best frog. I love this frog more than anything. The body is a little stiff, but this is probably one of the most versatile frogs in my opinion. I really like this frog. It's the 6th Sense Vega frog. It walks really well, it pops, it like dances, jumps out of the water. I've talked about it in other videos, but I really like this frog a lot. Anyways, so my thinking behind, I mean, it's basically like a bluegill rig, right? You know, this is like a bobber and this is like a fluke. So I think, you know, you can get this dancing or popping and walking, whatever, making some ruckus, and then pause it. And the fluke most likely is gonna stay high in the water column. I don't know if you've ever, I mean, I'm sure you guys have all, when you reel in a fluke or you work it too fast, it stays high in the water column. Unless you're using like the salt infused ones. I'm sure like the Gary Yamamoto ones, I think they sink a lot fast. That might actually be a good idea. Maybe get a heavier, like the Gary Yamamotos, that are the salt infused that sink more, and this would stay under the water column. But I don't know, I tied like I just tied a Palomar knot like you would do like a drop shot, and then underneath it I put the fluke on just I think it's a 3/0, VMC wide gap hook. And I'm assuming it's probably gonna stay high in the water column, then you can pause it and it would slowly float down. And I think it will, I think you'll get more bites on this, and this is gonna cause more commotion and draw more attention to the bait. So I'm gonna try it going out, and I mean, worst case scenario, you just cut the, tag end off and take it off, and then just go back to fishing it like a normal frog. But tell me what you guys think. Is this completely silly? Is this ridiculous? I'm sure somebody's done it in the past. I can't be the only idiot that thought of this. So tell me what you guys think. Is it silly? Do you think it's gonna work? I'm gonna try it. I think I'm gonna go out tonight and go fishing after work. There's a restaurant on the lake, so I might take the family out, go grab something to eat, and then try to catch the evening topwater bite. I was out last night and there was no topwater bite, so we'll see. Maybe this will be the ticket. Maybe it's silly. Maybe it's something they haven't seen. I started fishing the Defiant. I did a video already on it. The Defiant Baby Bird. It's a walking bait. And that thing outperforms. I can go right behind guys that are fishing, walking baits, the Zoom Super Flukes, or not Zoom Super Flukes, but the Ziara Spooks, guys fishing those style walking baits or fishing frogs and stuff, and come right behind them with that walking bird. And it's just something that a lot of fish don't see. They don't hear that noise. Guys always are fishing whopper ploppers. There's so many topwater baits that everybody's using out there. I think when you change things up Obviously, when you change things up and you give the fish something they haven't seen, it'll generate more strikes. So I'm assuming, or I'm hoping that that's a case with this. I'm not necessarily stoked on the way this knot kind of lays, because it's kind of wanting to twist the split ring. So maybe I might tie directly to the frog. But I don't know. I'm gonna try it out tonight, see if it works, see if you know, it works kind of like I said, like a bluegill rig. You know, you got the bobber, you know, holding up the bait underneath. Maybe that will be something that, or maybe it'll work that way. Or maybe, like I said, this will draw commotion and this trailing behind it, they'll follow up. Maybe it just looks like two bait fish, you know, scattering on the surface. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comment. You think it's silly? Think it's gonna work? Try it out.